For this example, we're going to combine what we know about combinations and try and figure out the probability. Okay, before we start talking about the problem, I'm going to come to the side here and I just want to remind you what the probability is. Probability of event A will be equal to the number of times event A occurs divided by the total number of events. Okay, so anytime we look for a probability, what we're doing is we're trying to find out what the chances are of something in that particular experiment happening. For example, if I throw a die and I ask you for the probability that 2 occurs when I throw or not when I roll that die. Okay, so I would have to figure out, well, what are the total number of events? What are the total amount of numbers that can come up when I roll a die? Well, I can have anywhere from 1 through 6. So that means I can have a total of 6 different numbers coming up on that die. And what is the probability of 2 coming up? Well, 2 only happens once. It occurs, or it is present only once on a die. So the number of times event A occurs means the number of times 2 occurs in that die. Well, it only appears once on the die. So the probability of 2 coming up on a die when I roll it is 1/6. And that's what probability is. And we're going to use this definition to figure out this problem. And it says, this is an example that's in your book. In a recent survey of 25 voters, 17 favor a new city regulation and 8 oppose it. So there was an election on a regulation, 25 people voted on it, and the results were that 17 favored that new regulation, but 8 did not. And the question is, find the probability that in a random sample of 6 respondents from this survey, exactly 2 favor the proposed regulation and 4 oppose it. And we have this picture here where there's a total of 25 people, 17 favor, 8 don't. And here's what they're asking. I'm randomly choosing 6 people out of the 25. And I'm calculating the probability that 2 of the people I choose from the 6 favor the regulation and 4 of the people that I choose from the 6 oppose it. Okay, so we have to do this by parts. Probability, I know I have to calculate the total number of events. Okay, so that's the easy part. The hard part is the top. What is my event? The probability of my event is that 2 will favor and 4 will oppose. That's the event. So in my numerator, I need to find out the number of times this event occurs. And in my denominator, I need the total number of events. Okay, so let's work with our numerator. With this numerator, this is what I'm going to do. I have 2 options here, right? I can either favor or oppose it. So I'm going to do what we did in our previous example. I have 2 options here. And this looks like the fundamental counting theorem, right? Where we have one event and another event, and this event can occur in a number of ways. This one can occur in a number of ways. So when you have events that can occur in a number of ways and the other one that can occur in a number of ways, then the number of ways that these 2 events can occur together, then we multiply them together. Okay, so my first event here is the amount of people that will favor the regulation. So they're telling me what's the probability that 2 out of the 17 people will favor the regulation. So how do I find that? How do I find that when I choose 2 people, I end up having 2 people that favor it, or not 2 people, when I choose 6 people, right? Total of 6 people in that group, what are the chances that 2 of the 6 favor this regulation? So this is calculated as a combination. So this is 17C2. And then how many ways can this other event occur where in that group of 6 people, 4 oppose the regulation? Well, again, 8C4. So this is your numerator. Your denominator is the total number of events. So the total number of events means, well, I'm choosing 6 people total from 25. So this would be 25 combination 6. Okay? And there you have it. That's the probability. Now, probability, we usually express it as a %. Okay? So what you would do here is you calculate this with your calculator, you multiply it by that, and then you divide by this amount, and you will get an answer that is less or equal to 1. Okay? Less or equal to 1. In this case, it's not going to be equal to 1. And what we do is we multiply it by 100, and that will give you your %. Okay? So I don't have my calculator with me right now to calculate this for you, but this problem is in your book, so you can check and see the answer for this problem. So good luck with it, and I hope you understood. I think we're going to do another problem on this, and then we're done. Okay? So I'll see you in the next video.